Yep, we're good.
All right, well, obviously a huge win for you and getting it done here in Tennessee. Just talk about the emotions, how it feels that now you get the win.
Man, it feels good, man. It feels good to actually win the state of Tennessee. I think I owed them from last time, and definitely feels good to get back in the winning track. So definitely feel good. It's crazy, just man, it's kind of crazy, just like how, like, you know, you can have all the gifts in the world, but if you're not mentally there, you're gonna have a lot of problems. And I think a lot of my past fights, I thought I had it figured out. And you know, too, if you want to end up being within the top 5, you got to end up making it a lifestyle instead of, you know, when you're in the top 15, top 10, you can kind of get away with that. But once you come in the top 5, that margin of error is very slim. So, and the only way you can actually, you know, succeed within that realm is to make it a lifestyle. And that's what I completely did. I mean, I had good people around me, and definitely put off a real good submission tonight. I don't know why I didn't get bonus, but, you know, it's okay.
When you talk about like that mental presence, are you talking about like, you know, fight night and like being there at the time, or is that really more just like a daily thing?
Nah, it's just an everyday lifestyle. It's just like the way you mentally prepare yourself. Like a lot of people think about it, it's almost like psyching yourself, doing mental skills training and stuff. You know, all the greats have something that they do in order to put themselves in that mode, in order to make them, you know, that much better. Because you can have all the physical attributes if you want, but if you're not there mentally, you're done before the fight even starts.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your decision, I guess, yesterday, going back to the weigh-ins. I mean, the guy weighs 210, and that's not even close, you know. Did you have any discussion at all about, you know, hey, is this the right thing for us to take this fight, or do we walk away?
Man, look, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you spend money getting ready for training. You spend all the time training. Then on top of that, you get there and you cutting weight and he don't make weight. And all I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna take the fight. I'm gonna want to fight. I did all this preparation for nothing, and I'm just not gonna be like, oh, I'm not fighting. I'm gonna take the fight. I don't care if it was 15 pounds over, I was gonna take the fight.
Let me ask you about the first round. Obviously, he was, you know, having some success with leg kicks and that sort of thing. I know you said you weren't hurt, but I wondered, I mean, were you just getting settled in, or was that part of your strategy? Because knowing how much weight he cut and it wasn't good, I mean, were you trying to just extend him out a little bit?
Not necessarily, because people don't realize when you, within mixed martial arts, throwing a lot of leg kicks take a lot out of you. And he was winging them. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, they slow down towards the end of the round. I was like, oh, I can see him coming from a mile away. And then the second round came out, and I was right in his face.
And then let's talk about the finish with the Ovince Saint Preux. Is that what we're going with there?
I might have to go with that.
Talk about, first of all, I mean, you got the finish from half guard, which you said, I mean, normally we see that finish from side control, that I didn't even know you could finish from there. And then the cage looked like it was a little bit, you know, in the way as well. Talk about how you were able to get it. And I guess, I mean, with 2 of these finishes, this is your move.
I wouldn't say my move, but I mean, it's just one of them things. It's my trainer's move, Eric Turner. He's the one that put me on it. So, you know, I finished it from side mount before, which is nothing. I finished it from, you know, being in people's guard. And it's just like, a lot of people look at it, be like, well, you know, you finish it in side mount. You can finish it practically everywhere if somebody's on their back. You just got to look at the angles.
And last thing for me, I guess you said you had a message Dana White, so I'm guessing that was the last fight on the deal, and you're ready to get a new one done?
There's a little something going on. That's it.
When you talk about making it a lifestyle, I mean, did you change your diet? Did you get a sports psychologist? Like how many things did you do differently in advance of this fight then?
Man, you can put me through any type of physical training, like I'll run through it. My body used to doing stuff like that, which is nothing. And when you put me through type of mentally train, if you tell me the mental exercise that I have to work on, I'm gonna get frustrated. There's a lot of weight on you. So a lot of times when you got to sit there and do we do mentally skills training, doing a lot of IPS and you know, imagery, visualization, all of that. A lot of times, like, you got to sit there and actually sit down, because I know I have all the tools. It's just sometimes I'm a head case, and I'm my biggest, you know, I'm my biggest mistake. Not mistake, but I'm my biggest, you know, opponent. So at times, the mental skills training, even though I hate it, it works tremendously.
So how do you avoid mental issues being a problem now going forward?
Just make it a lifestyle. I mean, as much as I, like I said, don't really like doing it, my trainer makes me do it pretty much every day. Every day I have to fill out, we have this IPS thing that we have to do. Every day I have to fill out 14 little things. after practice, every time after my workout, how do I feel? How do my muscles feel? Was I alert? Was it effortless? Like just running down through it. And after a while, it just like when you start circling from when you start getting to the ones and twos, everything start being relatively calm.
Ones and twos on a scale of 5 or
Yeah,
10?
5.
Thanks.
With your opponent coming in so heavy, did you find that a bit of a motivation coming into the fight? Did you feel a bit disrespected? Judging by his physique, it didn't look like he tried too hard to get down to that 205 limit.
I mean, I really didn't care, and when it comes to point in time, like I said, when you put in all the work, all you want to do is just fight. That's all you want to do. I mean, he came in heavy, that was his problem. At the end of the day, I got a job to do, and I came out and I did my job.
Did you factor that into your game plan? He's coming in a bit heavy. Do you think if I can draw this fight out into the second or third round, he's going to gas, he's going to tire out, and that's when you're going to be able to take over?
Basically, when he was throwing the punches, like he always come out hard. And typically when you do that, especially if you have size on you, you can't put that out for so long. So the minute he started slowing down, I was like, okay. I think towards the end of the round, I caught him with a real good hook, and that's when I know I was going to open up the second round.
Great.
Brian Stan mentioned on the broadcast that you said this was your best weight that ever you woke up on weight. Is that true? I wasn't here to be aware of that.
No, that was true.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's why we.
I assume Brian's good at his job. What do you attribute to everything being so good? Is it the lifestyle changes that you previously mentioned, all that stuff, or anything different?
Just the lifestyle. Like I said, the lifestyle changes. Like my trainer's always strict on me, and I used to have a lot of leeway, but I really don't anymore. Pretty much every time is how much do you weigh. I'm checking my weight every single day. Like, what did you eat today? How much calories did you have today? And this time around, like throughout the whole camp, I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to use camp to get in shape. I was already in shape before I started camp. So, I think the highest I topped off at was like 225, and I was like, okay, that's too big for me. So I started floating around 222 or so. Usually I'm over 230, 235, and that helped out tremendously. Training with my trainer, strength and conditioning coach Frankie, he been helping me. Now that type of strength and conditioning is one of the strength. It's crazy. He's the type of guy who kind of takes it old school. So he breaks you down mentally to the point like your body's physical exhausted. You got to keep on going. I mean, to be quite honest, that's how a fight is. So, working with Frankie, working with my trainer, and, even working with, Manu down in Atlanta, kickboxing coach. He's probably one of the first guys I ever worked with that Thad works with. And literally, I felt like quitting.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.